Hello students, welcome to BioSmart Academy. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about passive transport in details, okay? And there will be 2 to 3 lectures more on passive transport, okay? So please watch all these lecture because this is very important topic from examination point of view, okay? Okay, so before I start this lecture, I just remind you that please share BioSmart Academy YouTube channel as much as possible. Please share to all those students who are preparing for all this examination, as BioSmart Academy YouTube channel provides free online lectures strictly according to the CSI NET syllabus, and within 6 months of period time you will be in a position to crack any of this examination or to do a better performance in the examination. Okay, so please watch all the lectures which were uploaded in BioSmart Academy, and please share this BioSmart Academy YouTube channel, okay, and subscribe BioSmart Academy. Okay, now let's look at the lecture. See, in the previous lecture that I uploaded previously, I discussed about the ions and molecules. Okay, I discussed about the ions and molecules. Okay, ions and molecules which basically transported, which basically transported across the plasma membrane. Okay, so there I discussed that the gaseous molecules and hydrophobic while small uncharged polar molecule. Okay, that gaseous molecule, hydrophobic molecule, hydrophobic molecule and small uncharged molecules can easily cross the lipid bilayer by the process of simple diffusion, okay, by the process of simple diffusion. So please go and watch that lecture, okay. And there are some molecules which need some carrier proteins, for example charged molecule, ions, to transport across the lipid bilayer. Okay, so in today's lecture we are going to see that how the transport occur, and and about the detailed mechanism of transportation of these all molecules. Okay, so if we classify the transport system, so basically there are two types of transport system are there. Okay, if we classify, okay, so there are two types of transport system if we classify. Okay, so there are two types of transport system. Okay, one is passive transport. Okay, please note it down. One is passive transport and one is active transport. Okay, one is active transport. Okay, one is passive transport and one is active transport. Okay, so there are two types of transport system. One is passive transport and one is active transport. Two types of transport system. Okay, and out of these two types, passive transport is again classified into two types. Okay, one is simple diffusion, one is simple diffusion, and one is facilitated diffusion, okay, facilitated diffusion. Okay, so these are the again two types of passive transport, that is simple diffusion and second is facilitated diffusion. Okay, so in today's topic, in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the simple diffusion. We are going to discuss about the simple diffusion, and we are going to discuss about the passive transport first, and we are going to discuss simple diffusion then. Okay, and tomorrow lecture we are going to discuss facilitated diffusion. We will discuss facilitated diffusion, and after and all other lectures we will discuss about the active transport in details. Okay, so this is the transport system. Okay, that is transport system basically classified into two types. One is passive transport, one is active transport. Passive transport is again classified two types: simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. Okay, so So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the passive transport, and it's one of the type, that is simple diffusion. Okay, and on tomorrow lecture we will going to discuss about the facilitated diffusion. Okay, so please subscribe this channel because these all lectures are very important. Okay, and this transportation system basically carry 4 to 5 lectures, or more than that. Okay, it may be 7 to 8 lectures. So please watch all these lectures because these all lectures are very important from CSI net point of view and all other examination point of view. So let's start passive transport and one of its type, that is simple diffusion today. So let's start. See, first of all, we know that we should know that what are passive transport. Okay, so when the passive transport, the term came to our mind, then the first thing is came to our mind is that passive transport require no energy. Passive transport is required no energy. Okay, it means no ATP is required in case of passive transport. First point is that. Okay, and second point is that passive transport basically carry the substance along the concentration gradient. Okay, along the concentration gradient. Okay, along the concentration gradient, along the concentration gradient. Okay, so please note it down, these 2 points along the concentration gradient. Okay, so these two things you all know, that is no energy is required and the transport basically occur along the concentration gradient. Clear? Now I want to discuss some more important point that you don't know. Okay, for example, passive transport basically depend on two main factor. Okay, passive transport depend on two main factors. Okay, depend on two main factors. Okay, one is concentration gradient, one is concentration gradient, one is concentration gradient, and another one is membrane potential. Another one is membrane potential. Okay, clear? Now question has been arised in your mind that what is membrane potential. See, membrane potential means the difference between the difference in the electrical potential. Okay, it is a difference in the electrical potential. Okay, it is a difference in the electrical potential. It is a difference in the electrical potential. Okay, it is a difference in the electrical potential. It is a difference in the electrical potential between inside and outside of the cell, between inside and outside of the cell, between inside and outside of the cell, outside of the cell. Okay, so it is the basically difference in the electrical potential between inside and outside of the cell. Clear? So this is membrane potential. And what is concentration gradient? Basically concentration gradient is simply represent, you can say it is basically a solute molecule. It is basically a solute molecule. Okay, nothing more than that. So there are two main factor on which the basically passive transport depend. One is concentration gradient and one is membrane potential. Okay, so membrane potential is the potential difference between inside and outside of the cell, and concentration gradient is basically solute. Okay, basically solute. Okay, now let's look. Now if we combine these two factors, if we combine these two factors, okay, if we combine these two factors, then there is arisement of another one factor, that is the electrochemical gradient. Okay, that is the electrochemical gradient. Okay, that is the electrochemical gradient. So if we combine these two factors, that is concentration gradient and membrane potential, then we get another factor, that is electrochemical gradient. And by the use of the energy of this electrochemical gradient, passive transport simply carry the molecule across the lipid bilayer, okay, and this electrochemical gradient determine the direction of the transport of a charged molecule across the membrane. Okay, so the charged molecule can be transported through this electrochemical gradient. Okay, charged molecule can be transported. So if a question has been asked in the examination that charged molecule is transported by the combination of which force, by the electrochemical gradient, and it is made up of two forces, that is concentration gradient and membrane potential. Okay, so electrochemical gradient basically helps in the movement of the charged molecule. in the movement of the charged molecule across the membrane, okay. So this is all about the passive transport, okay, passive transport. Now look at the PPT. See, passive transport basically occurs along the concentration gradient and without the use of metabolic energy. Okay, as I already discussed, along the concentration gradient and without the use of metabolic energy. Clear? I already discussed all these points, so you will get an you will feel easy when I discuss all these points. Okay. Secondly, if a transporter substance carry a charge, okay, if a substance carry a charge, means charged molecule, okay, then its movement is influenced by its concentration gradient and membrane potential. Concentration gradient and membrane potential. Simple. And if we combine these two forces, concentration gradient and membrane potential, we get electrochemical gradient. And this electrochemical gradient determine the direction of transport of charged molecule across the membrane, okay. Simple. Thus ion not simply diffuse down its concentration gradient but more exactly down its electrochemical gradient. So ion basically diffuse down its electrochemical gradient, not more along its concentration gradient. Clear? So basically this helps in transfer of the charged molecule. Electrochemical gradient helps in the transfer of the charged molecule. If an ion carry a charge, then it was basically transported by electrochemical gradient, and it was basically formed by the combination of two forces, concentration gradient and membrane potential. So this is all about the passive transport. Now, as I already mentioned you that passive transport have two types. One is simple diffusion and one is facilitated diffusion. I already told you, okay. So in today's lecture we are only cover simple diffusion, and tomorrow we will going to cover the facilitated diffusion, okay. So first of all, simple diffusion. As the name, simple diffusion means it simply dissolve across the bilayer. It simply dissolve across the phospholipid bilayer, okay. That is diffuse across this, okay. First point important. Second, in this case no protein is required. In this case no membrane protein is required, either channel protein or carrier protein. Not any protein is required in case of simple diffusion. Simple, that is no protein is required. Simple. Third point, the direction of transport basically determined by the concentration molecule inside and outside of the cell. Means simply the direction of transport basically determined by the membrane potential, okay, by the membrane potential, okay. The direction of transport in case of simple diffusion is basically determined by the membrane potential. Clear? The direction of transport is basically determined by the membrane potential. Clear? Next, hydrophobicity is measured by partition coefficient, okay. What is hydrophobicity? Basically in case of simple diffusion, those substances that are basically hydrophobic in nature and those basically smaller in size can easily diffuse, okay. And how this hydrophobicity is measured? Hydrophobicity is measured by the partition coefficient, and basically the rate of diffusion is given by Fick's law. What is this Fick's law? That is J equals to minus CD in bracket del C by del X, okay. So simply here J is what? J is flux, okay, flux per unit area, okay. D is diffusion coefficient, okay, D is diffusion coefficient. Del C is basically concentration difference between two region, that is extracellular region and intracellular region. Clear? And del X basically the membrane thickness, that is the membrane transportation, basically that membrane thickness, that is del X. So this is all about the Fick's law. Please remember this law. And why we take this negative sign? Because this substance is carried along the concentration gradient, okay. Because the substance is carried along, that is towards the lower concentration. So from higher to lower concentration the substance is carried. That's why we take this negative. Clear? Now if you still have any doubt, then please comment, okay. Now simple diffusion is basically non-selective process. Please remember, it is a non-selective process. It means any molecule can dissolve in the phospholipid bilayer and is able to cross the plasma membrane, Okay, simple. And the most important point is that the rate of diffusion is proportional to its hydrophobicity. Proportional to its hydrophobicity. Now, another question, that what type of molecule can follow or can do this mechanism to dissolve in the lipid bilayer, that was discussed in the previous lecture. Okay, so please watch that previous lecture. That is gaseous molecules and small polar uncharged molecule, while as well as hydrophobic molecules such as benzene. Gaseous molecules, hydrophobic molecules, as well as small uncharged polar molecule. Small uncharged polar molecule can easily diffuse by the process of simple diffusion. Okay, for example, gaseous like O2, CO2, etc. Hydrophobic like benzene. Okay, and small uncharged polar molecule like H2O, urea. This all I discussed in my previous lecture. Please go and watch that. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. In tomorrow's lecture we will discuss another type of passive transfer, that is facilitated diffusion. Then we will start active transport system. Okay, so there is a series of lecture coming from this transportation system across the plasma membrane, and all these lectures are very important from examination point of view. So please subscribe and share Biosmart Academy, and within 6 months of time you will be in a position to crack any of this examination. So please share and subscribe. Thank you.